Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. It is indeed your Kenyan boy, BHE Frankenstein, back again with some more darts reviews and darts accessories reviews. So, today we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of stuff. We're going to be taking a look at a pair of darts, a set of lights, and a set of shafts, and we're also going to be looking at the Caliban Evo starter kit. And let's begin. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is this set of darts by Cosmos Darts of Japan, and these are called the Magical Swrods, and the player who uses these darts is David Cameron, and his PDC nickname is the Excalibur. And on the box here you can see his photo, and they've given us a little bit of details about the darts. It comes in very tiny packaging, and you can see David Cameron is right there on the front. So we've been told the weight is 22.0 grams. The maximum diameter is 6.1 millimeters, so it's a very thin barrel. The length is 54.2 mm, so this is a very long barrel. The material is 90% tungsten, and this is steel tip. So you can see all that information is written right over there. The weight is 22 grams. Maximum diameter 6.1 millimeters. The length is 54.2 millimeters. It is a 90% tungsten dart, and this is in steel tip. And you can see his photo right over there. So let's go ahead and open up these darts and see what we are going to get inside the packaging. So the Cosmos darts have done very simple packaging, nothing too fancy. You just get a piece of foam revealing the 3 silver barrels that have the Cosmos logo, and that's just all you get in the packaging. And he uses very long pins himself. I think these are 30, it should be 36 or 38 millimeter points that he has put on the dart. You can see the point there, 36 millimeters.
And we're still on January 23rd of
Don't know if it's 36 or 38, but you can be able to see the point there. Yeah, it's quite a long point, and the barrel is just plain silver. No color additions have been done to the barrel, so that's all you get in the packaging. And then the next item we're going to be looking at is the Caliban Evo starter kit. So this is what we're going to use to repoint our darts and make it able to use the Caliban Evo points. So Caliban Evo points are a interchangeable point system like the Target Swiss point, but you do require the Evo starter kit so that you can access the spigots and put the spigot into your dart so that your dart can be able to use the Caliban Evo points. So this is the starter kit, and once you open it, you're going to be greeted with some accessories. So the first thing you see when you open the starter kit, you'll see your opening key here, like the Swiss point key, and then you'll see your repointing tool. You've been given 3 sets of silver points, those smooth silver points, and here are your spigots. The ones in the starter kit, they start from 2.33, 2.34 and 2.35, so you measure them on your dart depending on how the spigot fits into the dart. If it's loose, try a spigot of a bigger size like 2.34 or 2.35 and see how it fits onto your dart. And then we're going to be looking at this. I think I've looked at this before in the past, but this is a molded flight system, just like your L-Style, just like your Target K-Flex and others. But this is the Bull's Dragon system, and these are some thick boys, thick flights, as these are 200 microns, and you can see they've given some description over there on the box. 90-degree angle, fits traditional shafts, and
Yes.
they are saying it's lightweight, it's a 90-degree angle, and
And you
they are
said
saying that
that
it's
there were
mostly
other
optimized for
officers
the
who had already
bolts,
done
B grip
research on
shaft,
the victim, is that
and then
correct?
on the
Yes, ma'am.
front is where
And you
you
said that
have
you had determined or
more
that you
information. It's
knew
written
based on that
lightweight,
background that he
90
was from
degree angle,
Jacksonville.
Correct.
200 micron, and fits traditional
Did you do
shaft
any
and
investigation
optimized for
yourself
bulls,
to
big grips. So
determine why he
don't know
was
if
in
you can get
Tampa
that
that
on camera.
weekend?
Yeah, I learned from
There we go.
De Jesus, who was
Lightweight,
talking to
90-degree
Jacksonville,
angle,
that
200
Mr.
micron
Jones,
flight.
that it was his
It's
birthday
traditional
weekend
shafts and
that he
optimized
was
for
in Tampa to
bull,
celebrate his
big
birthday,
grip
and in addition to
shaft.
that, he had a paid
That's what they've
performance
said.
at
They've said it
Jesus'
can work on any shaft, but it's mostly optimized for the bull's
At
big
some
grip
point during the
shaft.
course of your
But they've said you can use any
investigation,
shaft that you
did
like.
you,
So this is
obtain
the bull's
victim's
Dragonflight.
Instagram records?
It comes in a variety
Prior
of
to
shapes.
that,
They
based
say
on
it
knowing
comes in
the
standard number
time
2,
frame he was
but
supposed to be in
their
Tampa,
standard
did
number
you
2 is
yourself,
actually a standard
look
number
up his
6,
Instagram
and then it
records?
comes
I
in
did.
a kite,
What was the
a
result
pear,
of
and
you
a
looking
slim
up his
shape.
Instagram
So the
records?
one we have
So I
is
went on
a
his
standard
Instagram
number 6.
that same day,
They
June
call it
23rd, and
standard
on
number 2,
Instagram,
but this is
it'll show you the
definitely a
stories,
standard
like the
number
last
6,
24 hours
and
worth of
you
stories,
can feel
and the result was
this
that there
is
was
some
9
heavy plastic.
different posts that he had
It's
made
200
within 24
microns. We're
hours,
gonna
and
set
it
that
tells
to
you
the side,
how many hours ago
and then
they
we're
were,
going
and
to
I
look
just
at
documented
some
what I
other
observed
accessories
in
that
those
we
posts.
have here.
And when we're talking
So we're
about
going to be looking
Instagram,
at
do
a
stories,
set
is that
of
something that
shafts.
permanently stays
So
on
we do
somebody's
have
Instagram
the
account?
set of
Or is
shafts
that
from
something
DW, that is
disappears
Dartworld,
after it
and
runs
these are
for
the
so long?
spinning
Yeah,
shafts.
the
And then we
stories
also
that I was
have the
referring to that I
non-spinning
watched there,
shafts.
they
But
only last
first,
24 hours. So
we
I
take a
made
look
sure
at
to
the
preserve
L-style
at least immediately I took a screen recording,
shafts here.
because in 24 hours I
We
knew that they
have
would be
the
gone.
So you
230
yourself
and
recorded, you
260.
played his story
So
and recorded it, made a
260
screen
is your
recording of
short.
that so that
You
could
can see they are
capture it. Is
written
that correct?
260,
Yes, ma'am.
and
is
then
there anything that you
330
can send
is
to
your
Instagram to
intermediate,
try to preserve
and then
as much of the
470 or I
victim's
think
Instagram
440
account
is
so
your
that you will not
L-style
lose it,
medium. So we're going to be
based on
having a look
something
at this.
disappearing or the
This is the
company's, whatever
L-style
their retention
silent spin.
policy is regarding
So let
stored
me
data.
show you what
Yes, ma'am.
it means
Specifically a
by
preservation
silent
letter.
spin.
Did you do
So
this in this case?
you
Yes, ma'am, I
get
did.
your
And then later, as you
shaft,
previously testified, you then did subpoena the
pop
victim's
it out
Instagram
of
records. Is that
its
correct?
I did a subpoena and
carriage,
eventually a search warrant, yes.
and once you have popped it out, you just get your flight and put it into the shaft, just that easy, and your flight will rotate slowly. So when an oncoming dart is coming, it will collide with the flight, causing it to spin, giving you less deflection. So this is considered a silent spin, but we're going to be looking at one from Dartworld. This is DW, and we're going to be looking at one that is not a silent spin. So we'll be taking a look at, we have black, we have red, and we have blue. So we're going to be looking at the blue variant. So we'll put the rest aside, and then we take it here. You can see it's written top spin shafts, and you can see the information written over there. It cost $6.99, so basically $7, and you can see they're USA Boston since 1970 and top spin, and you can see there written Dartworld, and this is top spin V2 shaft, and this is medium in blue. So medium is normally the longest of what most companies offer for the length of the shafts. So we're going to take it out of the packaging. So one, just 1 second, I'll remove the shafts from the packaging. So
what is being shown on this particular, at the beginning screen?
Yeah, so this is the face
use
page
that
to
here
Mr.
just to
Jones's
punch a
Instagram
hole.
account.
Okay. And where we see Julio Fulio, is there also a profile picture that he has
And these
posted,
look like
that
they
shows
look
up
similar to
as his
your
profile
Harrow's
picture?
Almus
Top left, the black
spin
and white
shafts.
photo
They
of
almost look similar, but
And does
the
it
coloring
also
and the
show,
design
what
is
this
different,
ESPN
but they just
90,
look
and then it
similar,
has a
all
ball
of them.
and a heart next
I
to
think
it.
one copied
That would be
someone else's designs.
name identifier they could put.
When you look at the shaft,
Overruled, as long as you
Yeah,
It's
just an
written
identifier that they can put in.
Any
DW
Instagram
original equipment.
user, is
That just
correct,
basically
has set
means
up
that
their
world original
Instagram
equipment.
profile the way
So
that
when you
they
look
deem
at the
appropriate. Is that
shaft, you can
correct?
see at
This
the
is
front
how
here we have
Charles
2
Jones'
holes.
Instagram
I don't know if the
profile
holes can
appears.
be
Is that
visible
correct?
on camera, but
Go ahead.
you can see it's written that world. There we go. You can see the 2 holes at the front, and basically you just attach this to the bottom of your dart. This is an aluminium shaft, so chances of this breaking are 0 or null and void. This is rarely going to break, so it's just the same as the L-style silent spin shaft. So we're just going to take our dart, our flight, and put it in and make sure it goes in well. So this one will spin. When it touches the board, you'll see it rotate, so kind of like the L style, so it will reduce the amount of deflections you are going to get when your dart enters the board. And yes, so it's a very good buy, and the fit is very tight, so you won't worry about having to pop your flight back in, because once it goes in, it's a very tight and perfect fit, and you can bang your dart a little bit on the ground to make sure that it fits more perfectly. So those were the accessories that we were looking at, and then we have the other accessories that we were to look at, which are the Caliban Evo points. So Caliban released a new set of Evo points known as the Caliban Ease or EZ Evo points, which makes it easy for you to use on a dart, because on the new Caliban darts they already have a thread inside, so it's a screw in point, unlike this old traditional Caliban system, which I'm going to show you in a minute, that requires you to put a spigot into your dart. This one already has the thread, so you don't need to put the spigot in your dart to give the dart the thread. So we have some Caliban points here, and this is the new one, the Mission Caliban Evo Dart GV1. This is black in 38 millimeters. This is regrooved, so you can see right there, it's black and it's regrooved. You can see right there, black regrooved. And then we have the silver one in 38 millimeters. This is the GV1 in silver, and this one is also regrooved, GV1 in silver.
That's being posted before you are viewing it. So this
there
is
we
in
go, you
reference
can see it
to the
clearly,
viewer, is that
GV1 in
correct?
silver.
And
then
now
we
when we're
have
looking at this very
the new
last
one. This is
part
the
of
roughed up
Charles
point.
Jones'
This is
Instagram
a roughed up
story,
smooth,
did this
and this is a
particular,
32 millimeters in
photograph
black.
as
It's a
part of his
roughed up
Instagram
point, so you don't need to
story
sharpen your point.
have a
So when it goes into the
your
board, it's going to
investigation?
stick without
Yes,
any
it did. It was
issues.
important because at
So
the
it's
bottom of
black
it, you can
roughed
see
up, you can
the
see there.
establishment that this party's at.
And
It's
then the
labeled
final
as
2
Truth
points
18,
we have
address at 4819
are
East
the
Woods
spiral
Boulevard,
lip
Tampa, Florida.
rainbow
That was the
and
location that the victim was
the
at
regrooved
before he
gold
arrived at the
points. So
homicide scene.
Okay, you can go ahead and finish.
So we have the spiral lip rainbow. You can see the rainbow colors there,
And then put it
and yeah, you can see the spiral
So
lip
that is
rainbow.
what you had very early on.
You
Is
can
that
see
correct?
the
On
rainbow
June
colors
23rd
there
of
on the camera.
2024, early on
Trying
your
to get it to focus.
investigation,
There we go. You
were
can see the
able to
rainbow
view that on
colors.
his Instagram
Same for
story
this one. It's
yourself.
the same as the
Yes.
black one, the regrooved, but you can see the rainbow
Received
coloring.
from
So what we're
Instagram
going to do
the
now
actual
is we're going to
records. Is that
repoint
correct?
our dart
From Mr.
using the
Jones's
Caliban
account,
Evo
not just
conversion
what
kit,
was
and I'm going to
the-
show
what
you how
yourself could
everything
view as a
is
viewer.
done.
Is that
So
Correct.
you get your Caliban
gonna show
Evo
you
conversion
State's
kit, and
Exhibit
the
95,
first thing you do
B1
is
through
to
12.
get your dart, and once you've gotten your dart, you're going to get your repointing tool.
Can you tell us what this is?
So
This was a post made from
I'm going to remove the
Mr.
repointing tool
Jones's
that we're going to be using.
Instagram
So
account advertising.
this
the
is the
party at
Evo
Airbnb.
repoint tool. It's a small piece of metal, as you can see.
Timestamp of
We're going
that.
to set that aside, and then we're going to get our
Can you tell us what that
we're going
means
to
and
get
what you
our
have to
manual
do to get
repointing
the
tool. So
actual
we need to
time
pull out the
in
pin so
Eastern
that we can
Standard
put
Time, what the time
the
would be in
spigot into the
Florida
dart
when this
for
is
us
being
to be able
posted.
to
Yeah, so on
repoint
this
the
specific
dart
post,
and
it says
make it
6902 UTC.
Evo point
This was exactly a 4-hour difference
compatible,
from
so
Eastern Standard Time.
that's
So
what we're
this
doing now.
is
So
saying
I'll
4:29
just
p.m.
repoint
UTC.
one
The actual
dot
time would be
because of
12:29
time,
p.m.
and
in
I'll
Tampa.
do the rest
And
off
what is
camera,
the
but I'll
date?
just show you
This one's
how everything is
Friday the
done. So you
21st.
just get your
Okay.
dot.
And he's posting,
Then I'm using the
what was he
Caliban
posting?
Evo Pro repointing tool,
Sending
so
out
you just
Airbnb address at 3,
put your dot
start at
inside
4:30 to 5 until we done
and make
turning
sure
up.
your dot
DM
goes
me
in
or Folio booking ESPN
perfectly.
for
So
adding.
you
Okay,
give
and
your
this
dot
is 2
some
days before the 23rd,
allowance
the
to go
homicide, is that
in.
correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Then once it's in, you screw your dot
And then
on
the
the
date and time of this
on the
posting.
repointing tool. So
This one is 7:11 UTC, which would be 3:11 a.m. on
after
Saturday
screwing
the
your
22nd,
dot
so
on the
Friday night going
repointing
into
tool
Saturday
like
morning.
this,
And
you
what is
tighten the
posting?
screws, but you
Tell us
don't
what
make
that
it too
is.
tight,
This
or
is
else
a
if
picture
you
of
make
a
it too tight, you'll
gentleman,
damage
and
the
a tag of
repointing tool. So
tax-free 52K.
we
He's
make
tagging
it
a couple
just
other
tight
Instagram
enough
accounts
that
there, Kenny Cap
we
and
can
Keith
be able
Banks.
to pull out the point.
And then later in your investigation, did you know who the nickname Kenny
After
K or
tightening
Kenny
it with
Caps
my
is
hand,
for?
I get the
Yes,
point
Robert
tightener. I just had it over here on the desk.
Then I'm gonna go to 95B4. When is this
So
posted?
here we are. So
This one
once you've
is
fitted your
Saturday
dot
the
and you've
22nd,
tightened it with your fingers, you just give it one
6:20 p.m.
extra
UTC,
bit of
2:20
tightness with the
p.m.
hand, just one crank for
Eastern
each
Standard.
side, one.
Okay, and then can you
And
tell
then
us
the other
what
side you also
is
crank it
what
up
is the
once,
posting
and
of?
then
Another party happening on Saturday.
once you
5,
rotate it
6 o'clock
out,
pool party, at
you
Folio
can be able
booking
to see
ESPN.
that
And
you
this
are
was the day before the
you have
homicide.
detached the
Yes.
point from the barrel, as you can see there. The point has
And then
detached from the
this,
barrel.
when is this
So
posted?
now we are going to
This one's
put in a
posted at,
spigot into
8:58
our dart.
p.m. UTC.
So we're going to leave
4:58,
those,
Eastern
going to leave
Standard
the
on
point
Saturday
there,
the 22nd.
Okay.
and then
the
we're
day
going to
before the
open it.
homicide, and does it also have a tag
So
location?
Yes, Tampa, Florida.
we open it so that we can take out the point. And there something to remember, not all darts can work with the Caliban Evo point system. You have to check with
Yes, this is
your manufacturer or
3:07
do some
a.m.
research to
UTC.
find
Would
out
be,
if the Evo
11:07
system will work
p.m.
with your dart.
Eastern
But
Standard
for
on
these
Saturday the
ones,
22nd.
I did my research
And do you
before
recognize
purchasing
this
the
from
dart and the
story
points
that
to
you
make sure that
yourself were viewing
everything
on June
over here is
23rd of
compatible. So
2024
the first thing you
on
do
Instagram?
is you take
Yes.
your Evo point
And then
tool
I'm
and
gonna
put
go
it
further
into the
down, and
dart,
you see this
and
plate.
if it
Does this
fits
indicate
without
this is
leaving
actually
any
a video
gaps
that's
or
being
any
posted
spaces,
on Charles
it
Jones'
means that
Instagram?
your dart
Correct.
is Evo point
And
compatible.
that looks like we
So
that
what
matches
you
up
want to
to
do
the
next
video
is
that
to
you
get your
yourself were able
spigot,
to record
and
in
since the
his
hole there is
stories,
big, we're just going
Instagram
to go for
stories.
the
Yes, ma'am.
largest size spigot. We're not going to struggle with
Again,
the
June
other two.
23rd. I know
So
this is
a
small.
spigot is a
Let me
small piece of thread
enlarge
that
it
you
a little
attach
bit
to
for
the
you.
repointing
When is
tool
this being
and
posted?
comes with your Evo kit.
4:16
So
a.m. UTC.
you
Approximately
just
16
get your
minutes after
spigot,
midnight on the 23rd, Sunday the
and then you
23rd.
screw it at the
And
back
again, this
of
is
your
another
repointing
video
tool
that the victim had posted to his
and make
account
sure
on
it fits. And
95B7.
remember,
Yes, ma'am.
the spigot is something very tiny, so make sure that you put it in with precision
Again,
so
this
that
is
you
sent
don't
from the
lose it,
Instagram
as
record,
these things
states
are very
95
tiny,
BA.
but they're
When
also
was
very
this posted
pricey.
on the
So
victim's Instagram
at the
account?
tip there you can see
4:27
something
a.m.
brownish,
UTC would have been
goldenish
27
brown
minutes after
at the
midnight
at the
Eastern
back there
Standard
over
on,
here.
Sunday the 23rd.
Where the tip
And
is, you
again,
can
does
be
this
able to see the
indicate it was another
spigot.
video,
Now once
by
you
this,
have
pointer down at the
successfully
bottom?
removed
And you see that
that, now you put
Atlas
it,
Lee is
the
on the
repointing
header
tool
of the
that came with
video.
your
Mizzle,
conversion
yes.
kit
Mizzle, I
onto
apologize.
your repointing
And
tool,
again, do you
and just make sure the lip
recognize
fits,
that as being one of the stories that you
Just
yourself screen
the lip.
recorded?
Yes, ma'am.
and you make sure that you tighten your
Again,
repointing tool, not too much.
95B9.
Remember, just tighten it with your hand,
was
and then just
this
give it 2
posted on the
cranks.
victim's Instagram account?
First crank, and then you give it the
4:34
second
I'm sorry,
crank,
5:34 a.m.
and then
UTC
that's
would have
it.
been
And then you take your
1:34 a.m.
dot,
Eastern Standard on Sunday
and
the
then you
23rd.
put it onto the repointing
Again,
tool,
another,
just like this.
Instagram, video
And
that
then
the
you
victim
screw
posted that
in
you
the-
saw on his stories, Instagram
You screw in
stories.
your dart, and then you push in the
That
spigot
mentioned
to
the
go
Airbnb.
into the dart,
Yes.
just like this.
95
So you can see what I'm
When
doing.
was this video posted
I'm
on
just pushing the
victim's
spigot
Instagram?
straight into the dart. So
5:41 a.m.
you
UTC
align the
would have
spigot
been
with the hole of the
1:41
barrel so
a.m.
that
Sunday the
you
23rd.
don't get a
And
mismatch or you don't
95B10,
damage your
that
barrel.
shows,
So
also
just make sure you've aligned it, and you can see with mine that I've aligned the spigot directly with the barrel, and then I just tighten it a little bit, like 2 times or 3 times, just like that. And then once I open it,
This one was posted at
I'll be able now to use any caliber and Evo point system with my darts.
Eastern Standard, Sunday the 23rd.
So
And these are the timestamps
once
that are
that is
being
done, I
documented
just do
by
this.
the Instagram company itself. Is that correct?
Correct.
When you're
And then
viewing
I
it
unscrew
on
the
your,
tops.
computer,
the point
as a
we're going to be
viewer,
putting
you were
is
referring to
a
14 hours, 17 hours. Is that
26,
correct?
I
These
mean
are
a
actual
32 millimeter
timestamps
no
that are
lip
provided
point.
by Instagram
So
as to the actual date and time when the user,
I want to
Mr.
show you the
Jones,
results
is
of
posting it. Is that
what we
correct?
have
That is
just
correct, yes,
done.
ma'am.
So once that is done, you can just unscrew
And then
your
states
Evo point key,
95B12,
and you can see that the
when
brown
is
tip
this
is no
being
longer
posted
at the
on
front
Charles
of the
Jones'
barrel,
Instagram?
and it has successfully
This
been
one's being
pushed
posted
straight into the
7:28
dart.
a.m. UTC,
And
so
when
it
you
would be
look inside the
3:28
dart, when you
a.m.,
look
Sunday
inside
the
the
23rd.
barrel,
The night
you
of the
will
homicide
or
before he's killed. Is
can
that
be able
correct?
to see the
Yes.
spigot.
Again, this
I'm
is the
trying to
video,
get
and
the
you
camera
recognize
to
it as
focus.
the video that you saw on his Instagram stories.
When you look
Yes, ma'am.
inside the barrel, you'll be able to see that the spigot has gone inside. So next thing we're going to do is now close the barrel with the key. So
Had the
you get the
victim
points that you want to
advertised
use or
he
that
was
you want to
coming
replace.
Tampa prior
So I'm
to
going
his
with a
Instagram
32
stories when he was
millimeter
actually in Tampa?
regrooved points with
Yes,
no
yes,
lip.
ma'am, we did.
You should get a
Gonna show
specialty
you
point without a
States
lip. That way
Exhibit
it won't damage your
95C1.
flights, and your flights will last longer. So I'm just going to get the key here.
This
So
was
once
again
the
from
spigot is
the
inside the
defendant-
dart,
I'm
all
sorry,
you
the
just need to
victim,
do
Charles
is get
Jones'
your
official
key.
Instagram record.
This is the
correct?
key that comes in your conversion kit, and put your point inside the hole in the middle,
Is this
and make
the
sure your point
advertisement
goes
of
all the
him
way down, and you're just
coming to
remaining with the
teasers?
tip. And once that
correct.
is done, you
June
just
14th,
get your
2024,
barrel and just
Mr.
screw it
Jones'
in
account
just like you
posted
would
this
with a
flyer
target Swiss
advertising
point
the performance
until
he
you
would
feel
have at
it is
Mesa
tight and there is no
Nebraska Avenue, Tampa,
resistance,
Florida,
and
teasers.
And so this
you
one
have
down
just
here,
repointed your
he was
dart
set it
in
to
less
14th
than
of
5 minutes
2024,
using
is
the
when this
Caliban
actually
Evo
was
conversion
posted
kit,
to
and
Charles
it's
Jones'
that
Instagram
simple.
account. Is that correct?
And it makes your work
And not
easier
only does
because
it,
now all you just need
say
to
that he
do
will be at
to buy
teasers, does it
Caliban
actually
Evo
give the
points.
address and
They have
location
various
of where
lengths up
teasers is
to
located?
50
Yes, ma'am, it
millimeter
does.
points.
And
So
how,
this one is a
how
32
much time
millimeter point,
before
and
Charles Jones actually came
you
down
can
to
see how
Tampa,
beautiful the
Florida,
point
would that
looks
have
on the
been?
dart, and it has
14th
sat
to
flush,
23rd,
a silver
approximately 2
barrel
years.
with a silver regrooved point, and these
Very
points have
well.
a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
show you
grip, and there's no
C12.
chance
Is
that
that another
it is going to be
posting,
falling
on
out
the
of the
victim's
board
Instagram
anytime
account?
soon.
Yes, ma'am, it
So
is.
let's just go
And
ahead
again,
and
does it
build
give
a
the
complete setup
date
here
and
and
time
show
of
you
when
how
he is going
everything
to be
looks with a
appearing at
complete setup.
teasers?
So
Yes, it does.
the current setup is a topspin V2 medium shaft with a 32 millimeter point on the 54 millimeter barrel for the David Cameron darts, and I'll just show you how everything looks. So this is how the whole setup looks, built and complete. We have the Bulls Dragonflight in this is what Bulls call standard number 2, and you can see the Bulls logo on the flight there, the letter B. So the letter B is the Bulls for Germany, and then the Bull logo with the actual Bull, that is Bulls Germany. So you should distinguish between those two, but it's the same company but in different countries. So you have it there, your topspin V2 with the David Cameron darts. These are called the Magical Swords, and his nickname is the Excalibur. So that's how the full setup is looking, and it's looking pretty nice. And you can see it's spinning, so you'll get less deflections on your dart, and
I did.
that's
Where was
just
she located?
She was
basically
at
it for
Advent
this
Health
review.
Hospital,
And the Bulls Dragonflights do come in a variety of colors. This is orange. They do make it in blue.
Had her parents
They
already
do make it
arrived and
in
picked her up?
white,
Yes, she was gone.
and they also
So
do
you did not
make
have
it
the
in red
opportunity to
if
take
you
her interview
fancy
back
a
for
red
us?
option. So they have different colors, and it's a very durable flight as it is very thick and made out of durable plastic, and you can see it sits perfectly at a 90-degree angle no matter how you look at it, and It is 200 microns. These, you might think that these are the heaviest flights in the darts game, but they were overtaken by Red Dragon, as the Red Dragon air-wing molded flights sit at a weight of 290 microns, almost 300 microns, so that is way heavier than this flight. So it is 90 microns heavier, and that is just about it. So you have seen the darts look amazing. I forgot to give a grip rating, so I'll give a grip rating of I'll say it's not, it's you can feel the grip when you rub your fingers against it, so I would give it a grip of 8 out of 10 or 8.2 out of 10, because it's quite a grippy dart. If you like grippy darts that don't slide when you are releasing it from your hand, this is a good buy. They retail for £89.99, and you can pick yourself a set at that corner, but they are currently out of stock as the current time of recording this video, so you can wait for them to get back in stock and then place your order, and then use the darts and give them a throw and see how they feel, and if you like them, it's gonna be good. But this is a very good buy, and if you have the money, go ahead and go for it. It's a nice slim barrel dart, and it's a long barrel, and the weight is 22 grams. I don't think you can go wrong with that setup. And the way I've paired it, I like using medium shafts, so I'll probably switch this setup. I'll probably put it with a Cosmos Fit Flight, and I'll put it with a number 6 flight, or I'll put it with a Target K-Flex number 2 medium or intermediate, and that seems to work for me. So that's it for this video. If you don't want to miss any updates, I suggest that you turn on the notification bell, and also do drop a like on the video, and do drop a follow, so that you don't miss the next time I go live or the next time I upload more content. And with that being said, it has been your Kenyan boy BHE Frankenstein with the review of these darts accessories: the Caliban Evo points, the DW top spin shafts, the L-style shafts, and the Bulls Dragonflights, together with the David Cameron magical sword darts. And I will catch all of you in the next one, and peace out.